Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. It's 8/6, the 8th month, the 6th day. It's amazing. August 6, 2018, the time that you 86, the evil, the wicked, the demonic Alex Jones. Right before we went live here on the War Room, normally hosted by Owen Schroyer and Roger Stone, and they'll be both popping in today. I had the guys bring you guys over the latest video from CNN. Did the guys bring that over to you? Did Scott bring that over to you? Just kick. It's on its way because you can just download it. They put out more lies about me, and then they play the clips, and it's 2-second clips edited together as if, don't people know that that's when they're involved in deception? This is their excuse for me to be banned, to then try to ban everybody else. It's amazing. But here's the big news. We've been told about this. We've been warned about this. I have sources. Millie Weaver has some sources that are separate up in Canada that told us the same thing in the last week, that they're preparing to completely take you off the monopoly internet. 90+% of it is Apple, Google, Facebook, and Twitter and their subsidiaries, and that you are going to be taken off the air. There's going to be a huge fight and debate about it. People are going to agree that you've been wronged, and then there's going to be a terror attack, a group of terror attacks on the media, on social media, using firearms, and they're going to stage a right-wing uprising, which they're going to completely stage. Ryan Stelter's already priming the pump. Let's cue that up from yesterday's broadcast, saying, oh, look, somebody called into C-SPAN and said they're going to shoot me and Brian Lemon. Oh, it's all Donald Trump's fault. It's all Alex Jones's fault. So I was already told all this about a week ago. I'd already seen it myself before that. I'd already witnessed it, how they were saying that Trump's going to cause blood in the streets by criticizing the media. They call him a traitor, a Russian agent, say he should be overthrown, hashtag hunt Republicans. They have Democrats saying, you know, we can beat Rand Paul in the Senate. Look what his neighbor did. You've got somebody caught at the Capitol with bullets and rifles reportedly trying to go after poor Congressman Scalise again. You've got all of this unfolding and unraveling, and you can see that they know the public isn't listening to them. They're about to lose the midterms. Even the censorship isn't working. Conservatives and others didn't become passive to their commands by being censored. First 50%, then 70%. Then 80%. Now it's being reported 93% shadow ban of conservatives, libertarians, you name it. So whether it's the Daily Caller, whether it's Breitbart, whether it's InfoWars, on all of those establishment platforms like Twitter, Facebook, Google, YouTube, Apple, conservatives and patriots are censored 93%. Paul Watson is censored 97%. Now, he has his own YouTube channel, but who knows if they'll take that down. Oh, YouTube said I was taken down for Islamophobia and transphobia and bullying children. None of it's even true. They never show you what I supposedly did. They just start with, oh, a few weeks ago, he's got some strikes. And then, oh, other people are restricting him. Oh, we want a full ban. And then they also said, oh, he kept live streaming on YouTube, even though we banned him on the Alex Jones channel. The contract said on other channels we had, we could, but then other fans picked up our feeds and put them out. And so that was the end of it. Paul Watson says in the next 15 minutes, he's going to have up his new video dealing with this at Prison Planet on YouTube. And don't worry, we already have on-demand systems set up, our own integrated platforms. It's just the bandwidth cost of us putting out all of our own videos. They're so popular that it becomes cost prohibitive. But I'll just bring in some extra sponsors and things, and hopefully you'll support us so we can do that. But that's not the issue. They're not going to have tens of thousands of articles the last few months lying about us, demonizing us, saying that we're terrorists and all this, and lying about us, and then just take us off their platforms. They'd already shadow banned us in the last year and a half. I mean, again, Hillary loses, I go from a 50% shadow ban, or being dialed down, my volume being turned down from 11 to 5, to use the famous Spinal Tap joke, to then just over the next year and a half, dialing us down 90+%. So the congressmen, the Republicans, more nationalistic Democrats, Christian groups, veterans groups, gun groups, you've already, from your church to your gun shop, from your hunting store to your VA group, you've already been dialed back. You've already been suppressed. You've already get a few retweets, a few people talk to you because they dial it back because they didn't want to have a debate yet about how they were censoring you. They wanted to do it quietly. But here's the big issue. They are coming for you. They are now going to launch their operations. They're going to launch their civil unrest. They're going to launch their calls for civil war, which they're now doing. They're going to launch their events, and then they're going to persecute InfoWars, lie about InfoWars, build us up as this villain, keep hyping that I'm going to send people to people's houses to shoot people. I've been saying for years, and I never said it, but for years I've been saying, no, don't go out and self-investigate stuff with firearms because they're going to set you up. They're going to set somebody else up. But they're gearing it all up to stage the false flags against MSNBC, CNN, you name it, to stage false flags against universities, to stage false flags against Antifa, to make the villains the good guys. And they don't want me on air on big viral platforms so that I can respond when they do it. So they're strangling us and absolutely banning us 100% ahead of staging massive events, as we've been predicting, into the late summer, early fall, to create so much civil unrest they can implement the 25th Amendment and stampede enough cowards inside. We keep showing Gateway Pundit from this morning. It's not just Apple. It's not just YouTube. It's not just Google. It's not just Facebook. It's not just iTunes. It's not just Spotify. It's everything. And these stupid conservatives ask the question, are the liberals shadow banning us? You had Congressman Gates a few weeks ago in his own hearing going, what is shadow banning? He'd already been shadow banned months before. So they're way behind the power curve here. They don't know what's going on. They don't know where they're headed from a hole in the ground. And we have to call Congress. We have to educate them. We have to get involved. And we have to do it right now. And you've got them more than ever on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, everywhere. Promote our information, because what they're saying is, oh, we're deplatforming Jones. Oh, by the way, David Knight was covering it. I wanted to bring in the article before he goes. I was listening to him cover it. I hadn't even seen that Reason magazine was reporting that Senator Warner has a plan for an internet ID. That's the Chinese-style control. China now controls the internet ID of all Apple users. They took control of Apple 4 months ago. And that they are going to have an internet ID for you to be online so that now you can be permanently banned and not come back with new identities. So after they take Trump out, they're going to try. They're going to bring in the internet ID. That's in Reason magazine. Even the establishment, liberals are having to admit this. I think the headline was, look at the insane, police state ideas of the Democrats. But none of this is new. This is the whole system they've set up, the whole program of control. David's right over there in his office. Somebody just goes and gets it. It'll be awesome. Thank you. So we know the blueprint. We've tried to take the country back. The Patriots knew this was coming. That's why we voted and worked to get Trump in. They're now counter-striking. We got our forces on the beach. We repelled some of their first armies. We're going in, and in out of the forest comes Zeb Dietrich and the SS leading the main Panzer divisions. We're going to beat them if we recognize it's Hollywood. It's the radical Islamicists. It's the Chi-Coms with Juncker and the EU, all unelected, moving to dominate and capture the big prize, America. But America always comes back right at the end. America and the sleeping giant always wakes up 2 minutes to midnight. And that is the precious, historic time that we're in now. But everyone has to recognize that we told you this was coming. We told you this was unfolding. We told you that this was all going on, and now, ladies and gentlemen, it is here in your face. We're going to tell you what's next, straight ahead. Next day's news today, tomorrow's news today, next week's news today, next month's news today, next year's today. Do you want to be free, or are you going to be enslaved by the sickening globalists and their control freak army? I told you that we could retake America. If you believed in capitalism, if you believed in freedom, if you believed in God, if you believed that you had some control over your destiny. And now we're here. As we're in the hottest part of the summer, going into the fall, the left is calling for civil war, total censorship of InfoWars. They're lying about the president more than more.